Hello Blender folks, welcome and welcome back. This is Gnomes and this is Monday, first day of the week. Weekdays for... oh, forgot to open Blender. So this is another session of world building, rigging characters. Actually one character that I'm doing here, Aisha. So here I was experimenting with some interesting thing that I wasn't able to achieve before properly. It's still not great, but now it's sort of working. I have some sort of Ikebone constraint for the head, so it is working alongside with some auto IK option after I've made some improvement regarding the whole spine. But what I'm thinking, because this is so hard to control, I have problems with the neck, some things. The question is that here the Ikebone constraint is here, yeah. So maybe if I turn this off, if that could be disabled without compromising other stuff, then that would allow me to have the proper... yeah, so it seems to be locked in spite of... or there's some strange delay. Oh, I see. Okay, so apparently so it's like the head is still affected by the IK chain of the Ikebone constraint, even though it is disabled, and this makes the... well, I can still control it with some other... if I get the next bone, but it's not optimal, so there's some... or maybe there are keyframes. No, there's not keyframe. So yeah, so this is pretty awkward. So I'm still trying to figure out this is one reason why I wasn't able to do it before, because it's really tricky to get this work. But I believe it is feasible. So you see this, how to explain this madness? Well, basically this is a similar behavior of auto IK option when we pick the hands here and the IK chain, which you can't see here, but it will be this and this. So these bones, which are in the IK chain of the Ikebone constraint for this master IK hand, although these are control bones, they, especially the first one, it is more limited in relation to the rest of the... so this one is still partially locked and this one is more free. Yeah, at least this one is completely free as auto IK, and this is still yeah, so this might be compromised, and this especially, this one is more... so the closest they are from the constraint, the Ikebone constraint, which is not here, it is somewhere here, the more the auto IK needs to rely on the multiple posing in order to do something like this. Yeah. And so yeah, so the problem is that the head, I haven't figured out exactly how to rig this thing. So the IK chain is still there apparently, and we're gonna show a little how that can be worked out. But for now, let me just check something about the... I think I have some graphic card issue. Yeah, I need to re-update, so this was something on the updates of the operational system. I think it broke my graphic driver. This is started to happening first when I in this computer when I got Blender 4, maybe 4.0 installed first time. I had some critical issues, or was Blender 4.2 LTS, I don't remember, but it was sort of recent. It was just a driver lack of update, those artifacts here. Yeah, it's very similar to what I had. So just I know now what this should be about. So it's about graphic card driver. So today, let's see what we can address here. Let's get myself some soundtrack. Unfortunately, I won't be able to share this one, but it's on YouTube. Get yourself some soundtrack if you're watching. So today, this I key bone constraint for the head, which I really want to make happen. Possibly there would be a better solution. I wouldn't like to have to make spline I key bone constraint. But why the auto? Why not just doing as I was doing before, just with the auto I key option, which was great, but it had one small limitation, and the limitation was that I couldn't snap the head on some position like I'm doing now. Well, no awkward way, of course, but yeah, so in certain ways I can snap the head to the, just as a hand or a foot, then I can accidentally pull it, but otherwise you see what this does. And if I found out that we can use the 3D cursor also to do this kind of stuff, right? Where's the... There. So we can have this sort of oh, by the way, if I need these two, so the problem is that there is a difficulty in rotating the head along with the hold on. Yeah, the problem is that it's difficult sometimes to pose the spine along with the head. For now it seems to be working, but occasionally that happens. Yeah, because it's out. I have difficulty swapping the curvature of the spine there. Like this auto I key does better. And this is because the I key chain of the I key bone constraint is going there. It has got 3, and this doesn't use tail. This I'm still find very confused. So this not use tail, so that means there's this bone, and I think there's probably I need to make some sort of splitting bones here, or try to mimetize exactly what I did here for the feet and hand. Like I have a mechanism bone that, yeah, would be here, but even I had a control bone. So maybe if I could F key the head, just as I can F key the... Not sure this will help to solve the issue, but yeah, so this You see, this is not related to the, this will be more like a tweak bone, so it doesn't really interact with the, but it could help solve the, I don't know, I'm not sure, so this is why I need to try out. Yeah, so I cannot reverse this the curvature there because this is IK bone constraint. However, if I get with the auto IK option, then yeah, you see the beginning of the spine is a bit stiff. Sometimes it works better, but yeah, you see it's, so you don't have very smooth transition on the spine bone. So this doesn't occur when we got this when we don't have the, yeah, so actually, so if I reduce here, of course that will start to get better, that curvature start to have a better curvature of the spine, it's smoother. Now the neck is a bit awkward. So the problem is that if I reduce this IK chain here for the, then I have another drawback, which is that now apparently if I try to, you see now this part, there is much worse well, this IK chain of 2 seems to not be that bad actually. So let's say pick this and this. Yeah, there's still some awkward stuff, right? There's some height bending on the neck there. So whatever I do, this is clunky. It's not very accurate. So with the IK chain of, so there would be the strategy of having multiple IK bone constraints with a chain length of 1. Maybe that could give some special controls, but I don't really know how that works. I have some tutorial that could allow this to, if I, yeah, probably I can check that. I think I can try. The problem is that I never saw that strategy achieved with auto IK bone constraint. Actually, I never saw anyone do this contraptions without the auto IK option besides myself. So I'm really doing experimental stuff here. And so you see, the now it's very hard to limit the position of the top of the head. So it's like this becomes useless. So this, all this suggests basically that this system is not is not complete, is not sufficient. Its defects are as great as the advantage. So it's like it doesn't worth it, in my opinion. It's too neutral, rigged, right? It's like not neutral. It's like too contradictory. to the purpose of 3D animation. So if this master IK head cannot be used as a way to snap the head on the top, right, it's just useless. So my strategy, yeah, so it's clear that this is not enough. Let's make a iteration here. So now in version file 100. I will try again this setup of extending the head the connected chain up. So it might be that I cannot have it's like I need to grab the head from here maybe. So not from the head itself, but from the top of the head. So let's start working here. I'm going to not take these off, but we're gonna just duplicate those things. So this bone constraint, now this master IK, we're gonna, let's hide this thing. It's not relevant here. There's another kind of control. We're gonna move this target up. Mechanism IK target head. And same, well, we just, for now, we're gonna bring the master IK there. Temporarily, we're gonna just turn this off. We're gonna transfer Control C, copy those two. So it doesn't need that. Okay, we're gonna address that later. So the auto IK has moved up. We're gonna make this parented, connected, and here we need to clear parent. Of course, this will create some difficulty in rotating the head as I had originally. So here IK chain, let's place it at 2. Use tail. Non each screen. Oh, there is the line art. Yeah, I made some. Okay, save here. Alright, so I cannot. Oh, this was. No, that was. Oh, the target itself. It's auto targeting itself. It makes no sense. Alright. So now what we've got. Maybe this is. I've tested something like that before, but to no avail. So you cannot rotate this. Oh, this one still got the old setup. Okay, let's clean that. Alright, so I cannot. I can only rotate it this way, which is boring. But now this is sort of free to make certain. Okay, so now this cannot be posed. Use tail, which is not favorable. Chain follows position of target. Chain follows rotation of target. Chain follows the rotation. It's like a copy rotation thing, maybe. Or no, this is because I have this one. I think it was double stacking the. Okay, so this is interesting. So I can individual. Oh, there's no. This is fine. Okay. Never used that, but that sounds interesting. So but now there's just this, nothing else. Why can't I rotate the spine? Yeah, I have some trouble making this revert, and posing that in the other direction is quite hard. It doesn't follow this, so I need to be pulling from this. Here I have some limitations on controlling. Yeah, so strange manipulation. It's very awkward. It's like I need an extra bone then, maybe. Yeah, so maybe we do here some subdivide here, except that I'm gonna copy here, Shift Alt C, delete these ones. It's targeting doesn't seem to be responding properly. Use tail, nothing happens. It's like this seems to be, oh, it's because of that. All right, no, it's because of chain follow position of target. Of course, we're missing some stuff like that. Okay, so the chain follows the position of the target. Why would I need this chain in particular? Because I want to lock the head. Use tail is not good for locking, or it's not like, no, it's not depending on that. What about the rotation? Well, let's expand here to the rotation is just causing extra problems, so let's try this. So rotations here are useless. So of course, maybe I can do some trick here. Move this back. Now this gets to not use tail. And here, of course, we get the copy rotation. Okay, not that this word, but yeah, so with this bone there, we see on top of the head, it starts to create this conflict. So maybe I need to chain length of 2. What does that not help? Doesn't help. Chain length of 1, even worse, right? Chain length of 4. Yeah, so we have still the tip of the head is still tilting that way, which is not good. And of course this also creates problem with the, again, the are we trans friendly up in here? Welcome. I've never stood up. Yes, no issue at all with this the LGBTQ community. No, welcome everyone. So here I'm rigging like, sorry, I didn't even know how to answer because I didn't expect the question. It's the first time someone asks if this, and I see no problem. Yeah, maybe in other places. Yeah, I understand the concern. Yes. No, here is no issue. We are friendly. So let's see here what we can do with these bound constraints. So is there any other way that I can achieve? Yes, so if there isn't, I might well just not use this system anymore because it creates so much trouble. So basically I cannot snap the head from the top. Let's try something else then. The curious thing is that this never happens for other parts of the body, like in here, for instance. If I see the Ike hand is there, it just doesn't suffer from this. You see, this bone is really not affecting. So it's like I want the head to be just like this. So I believe this has to do with some setup, peculiar setup here. So I need to investigate. I believe I need to do something about the deform rig there, and let's see. Deform, for the deform rig I just want the head there. We're going to grab some other skeleton extra master control face. No, the click spine. No, well, maybe since you have it, just to remember. Then we also have skeleton, no, mechanism and control extra. All right, so gonna have some special selections here. So this yeah, let's first assign this to some selection set, that is head, assign, right? Then let's get select. Let's also use the screencast add-on. Well, is this screencast add-on? Here. All right. Extension. Actually, it was upgraded to an extension. Control comma in this. So new extension here. It is by default, just as Bone Manager, Easy Waves, Screencast. Now these are all extensions, free inbuilt, can say, or no, they are in the community repository in the Blender thing. So here, let's see what we can achieve next. All right, so I need to try to mimic this setup here. So let's revise what's going on here. The foot can also serve as some reference. So there is some wrist bone there, which is hard to check right now. my alt mouse button is not working right now, so okay, no, this is the mechanism wrist. Okay, let's hide some stuff here and just, oh, there it is here. So this one is parented to the form. Where is it? Relations. Oh, I don't need that. I have this pinned down region area here, another properties editor, which just for the parent bone tab. So here is the control F key hand. All right, so the wrist bone, or actually the def hand, this one is parented offset to the control F key hand. So I have a control F key hand. So I don't have a control F key head, so let's make it exactly on that position. So I need to get the salve. Welcome, cousins. How are you doing? So here let's get again our viewport display. Yes, the selection sets. Let's add some more bones here in this thing. Assign bones that we are working with. This, no, not this one. Okay, so these are already set. Then maybe all these control spine too. Yeah, all the control rig here, and should be it, right? Not too much things going on here in the head. So I'm gonna create this control F key. Just do a shift D here. Shift Control Alt A. It's my shortcut for this B-bone scale here. So this will be the control F key head. I'm gonna change this color here to, I was using this one. They'll be stacking in some annoying position there, so hard to. Also, why do I have the deformed skeleton? Oh yeah, I need this better. Selection sets, selection set, select. Must be on pause mode, right? Select bone selection set head, right? Good. Oh, I need to include this one. So let's move this to Alt M to the, yeah, to the control extras. No, control extra 1. This I'm gonna rename it. So this is control F key. Yeah, this is actually not F keys, tweak. Control tweak. Actually, not control, just tweak body. As I don't remember what this, yeah, but anyways, I'll attempt to control, no, tweak body, right? Oh yeah, I think I know these are the doesn't matter here. Okay, so this is getting confused, right? So let's make these things unselectable. Should have used that one. Alright, so currently this bone doesn't do nothing because the parenting here is incorrect. So the deform head bone doesn't have bone constraint. Let's just change the parent to the, it will be parent actually to the Control F key, keep offset. So that now means that if I pick this, I can have some controls there. Of course, things are not responding to this, so it should be, many things here need to be revised. So for example, this one also will go to, I suppose, change the parenting here. And something is not working fine now. About this bendy bone spline, maybe it's some automation. Handle 2, no, it's maybe it's the stretch 2 bone constraint. No, this oh yeah, of course. Also the here we parent this also to the Control F key head, the start handle. Now this is correct. Yeah. So now this alright, so this is still work. These sides are not good, right? So let's just pick this. This will be better, right? Some eyes parenting are all wrong now because they are following the control, right? I think so. Let's continue now. We got the mechanism, the limit rotation. What is this? Oh, these are some setup for limiting. Okay, just not relevant. Just some improvements in the control rig. So apparently there's a trick if we have some. Oh, this can cause some issues, but I'll check that another time. If we have a lower influence on a limit stuff, we can have some gradual deceleration before it stops. So this is quite not very intuitive, but the result is interesting. So that you see that slows down. All right, so now it's confusing because we have some bone here, which is gonna change here. So this one is parented mechanism wrist, which I think I don't have. It is parented to the Control F key hand also. I don't know why I need this bone, but it's it's a Nike target. No, this is a mechanism wrist. So why? Yes, it's a Nike target. So the name is, yeah, this name is bad. So let's do a Shift Alt X, my shortcut. Otherwise, Shift M. Extend. Control F2. B for bones. Find and replace. So mechanism. So I key target. Oh, could be target, right? So instead of mechanism, let's call target I key. So that means that and also let's extend here. Let's just, instead of wrist, hand, because I've changed this. So wrist is for the joint. It's more like a, so it's also this should be hand. Yeah, let's make the combo here, super combo of naming this stuff. Actually, let's get this madness of bones so it becomes more challenging. So here, folks, first highlight of the day. Right, so you see here I need to rename this bone, and this bone, they would be hand instead of wrist because I was reorganizing. Wrist will be for the joint itself, helper bones, and so I'm gonna change this. But here's the combo, how to get this instead of doing this, because sometimes they might be hard to pick, like some bones here inside. So instead pick one, then select mirror. I have Shift Alt X for my shortcut, and then you need to check extend. This will turn off automatically after close and open Blender, even though it's saved. So I think this might not be savable by default. But the thing is that Shift M is the default shortcut, I think, for the select mirror. So I got here myself, have my own shortcut, then extend, right? So it's already, and so you see how easy it is to get this, and then Control F2, find replace wrist hand, because I already doing that before, and okay. So now they got this change. So this is how we can easily swap those names, change those names for symmetric bones without too much pain. So always remember this and the shortcut, so and the extend, of course, and so you can easily get everything. Because if you just do F2 here for change, it won't symmetrize, and then you won't be able to resymmetrize. The other bone will be still there, and you're gonna generate a new bone, and you have extra bone on the other opposite side, which is very messy, very confusing, and then it can be even cause some issues later, so must be careful. So this will be a solution for this, elegant solution, although it take a few steps to remember. Now, this target is paired to the F key. So that means that I need to get the control extras, no, not this, control, I changed the box color here, body. So I need a similar bone, so I'm gonna shift D here, make this, so I'm gonna call this mini-me. No, it will be indeed the target I key head, and I think I don't have a good color for that. Shift Alt X, so I'm gonna use this to change the colors here. Yeah, I'm using this kind of, I don't have a color for targets. Can be this mechanism. Yeah, I'm using this for mechanism, so I'm gonna click that and right mouse button click, copy to select, because my Alt key is not working for the the multi stuff right now. Alright, so we get this, then we got okay, there's the deform in red and the target, which shouldn't be smaller actually. Then we have the Control F key and the Control I key, which is not the master yet. I see. So this one, yeah, so I'll have some options here, but what I'm going, because I want to try to mimic, so this one actually will become thinner. Let's make it organized, right? Nothing is parented to this one though, so this is strange. So control, this is the bigger for now. Target, this can be also a little bigger. Okay, so organize in this way, so that makes more sense. So here indeed I want this one to intake the I key bone constraint, so we're gonna just copy, let's say the logic here is I key bone constraint, the chain here doesn't matter, not use tail, and stretch and wave position. Alright, Then I have a copy rotation pose space. Okay, same master I key hand, and the other target. Yeah, arguably, but okay, the I key target is just for the target. Okay, so got this target I key. Okay, this target I key, shift I, add I key to active. Now turn off this, chain length of 1, no pole target. Okay, let's chain length of 2, why not? Because this. Okay, so we have some dependency cycle, but this is temporary thing. Something about the parenting. This is parented to the control spine, but master right. Oh yeah, we need some overarching bone here. So I'm gonna delete this. Gonna delete this. This copy rotation, we're gonna just bring it to here. Gonna delete this mechanism now. So we're gonna get this target. Now we're gonna change the master I key head, which is this. Okay, so this is correct. But now I'm gonna reposition this right there. And this will give the color well, let's do a special color for the head, alright? No, that is more visible. Okay, so hard to visualize everything, but whatever. Right, so this is the master I key, and this goes parented to the in principle the center of gravity, COG, another master bone, which is still not the torso bone. The I key does nothing right now. We have some dependency cycle, yes. So probably this is the parenting here that is incorrect. So this target doesn't need any. Let's check if I have. No, I don't have bond constraint. Control spine, of course, this is wrong parenting. This should be parented to control F key. Okay, so parent to, let's hide this, parent here, keep offset. There's still problem. This parent to this could be a, no, this is the wrong bone, of course. This is not the head bone. So this shouldn't even be showing here. This is just causing some confusion. Let's get to our... Oh, this is too messy. Let's just find where is this control there. because it is annoying me too much. So I'm gonna bring this to some control face rate. Alt M, temporal. Yeah, so now it stops annoying us. This happened to the eyes because I think I got some wrong pose there, some crazy dependency cycle. Yeah. So we need to fix that. Probably. So deform, no, not deform, the skeleton. All right. Parent, control F key hand. This control head actually should be, okay, this is the problem. So the control head is parent to the master and not to the spine. What is parent to the spine is this is the physics that's, okay, I adjusted the here. Aha, that was the setup. So now the control there, yeah, so this was the, it's very hard to see, but this control I key head is actually not a control anymore because it's completely locked, just as these mechanisms. But actually this is part of the control head, so I need to rename it to, it's not even map I key. Map I key, well, doesn't make too much sense. Map I key head. So basically it owns the I key bound constraint. And so the well, now this is interesting. Okay, what's happening to the, but you see I don't have control down the spine unless I do some stuff like that, which, oh, the auto I key is working. You see that I can push the spine to both directions with very little effort. And now, and you can see that I can also have, not so simply, but I can sort of have the head stay in place. Yeah, sometimes not that much, but then we have, well, maybe I can do some trick here. I need the, all right. And this couldn't be achieved, in my understanding, right? This kind of stuff here, that the head stays in place, is not because of the 3D cursor. This 3D cursor is a facilitator. It's because if I pose this bone, then this is F key upward. So it's just not moving the head because the IK bone constraint pins the head just as a hand or foot. So now but I can still do this as before somewhat if I just get this and this. Then I can, yes, move the whole thing together. Or if I want to lock, so now I've started, so I'm gonna save here because it's still a bit frustrating, some poses of the spine here. This there's just one. Let's try to augment this. I'm not sure this will be a good idea. Actually, I don't know what this will do. Probably one thing that it will do is that I'll have difficult time bending the neck back, yeah, without very, you see, or now difficulty bending it forward. So only if I have no, not even, well, is the auto IQ option? No. Yeah, then we have this madness there, auto length of 2. Yeah, and we have difficulty bending 4. So this is because the IQ chain is reaching there. Do we have some? Yeah, no, but it's not about this. It's really because of the. So there's the idea of the pole target. Maybe the pole target could do something, but I have tried. This is a pole target, so I'm gonna get this, then why not also well, didn't you have a custom shape? Well, where went the custom shapes for these bones? Okay, let's remake them. So it's simply, we can use the widget at dawn, it's free, so basically I have, hope that won't fail me. So you have here for these can be, yeah, simple stuff like that, or rhomboid, why not? Great. Wait, this had data there. Let's reset those things. Alright, so this now clear bone widget. Let's do this again. Let's just do this one, create. and create here. Let's get global size, we can 3. Alright, then we get this create, can be 2, no, 4 or 5. No, 4 is fine. Then symmetrize shape, right? But then this okay, it got this scale. Let's reset those things. This wireframe we don't want, so too much. Now here we can delete this, reset all those things, and same thing, create. Okay, unsymmetrize, there we go, and 1. Edit, why not? Alright, so let's bring now this back to, yeah, they are too big, so gonna bring this to here. This won't make any difference, so let's just have the mechanism. No, I didn't move it there, so it's still okay. Move the bones somewhere. Oh, it is here. Of course, this is it's widget. It's confusing, so it's old, right? So need to transfer that. But anyways, for now, armature and target head, and of course here I think is 90. No, probably something about the positioning shouldn't be here, so it's just my mistake. Yeah, so this is just it's not helping much, right? It's just it's not about it being on the top as we could think. It's just being on the front and making some torso rotation from the top, which is not super useful, so maybe it's useless and it won't solve the, yeah, the worst thing is that it won't do anything regarding the spine, so it's not like working as this is I key stretch, I think. So this pole target is like not useful here. Let's see the I key stretch. Maybe I need to delete this thing, is just confusing me over and over again. Alright. So we're gonna get this, and we're going to look at the bone constraints. Also, you can change the color of this. Yeah, the panel, right? This is all wrong, right? So the order of this for me. Okay, this is better. Control comma, save preference just in case. Right, so what to do with the I key stretch? So first, can I bend the... No, I can't. So this is because of the I key chain length that I have augmented, and it is not good. And the more I augment, the worse it becomes. So it's not that I can't do it, but it's not versatile. It starts to become more difficult to do this. So it's most likely we would like to have maybe just one. So now we have some flexibility for that, and I can still I have, just as I had the auto I key, and I think I have the idea of locking the head. Yes. The eyes are moving in an annoying way, but this is because I need to readdress the... Oh yeah, many things of the control on the face rig will be broken now. So this was parent to the map IK owner. Now it should probably go to the... That'll be a node setup, so maybe the control F key head, not sure. Def head, maybe deform head indeed. And this is incorrect. Okay, maybe these are the culprits. So let's change this to def head. Double check. All right. Now this seems to be right. Yeah, so some bones are part of the head, some others is a bit chaotic, but this should be sufficient for now. The I key thing, right? So let's address that. Why are you not going to the mechanism? There we go. So this bone, let's get it to the inverse kinematics panel. So I have a lot of stuff here. Yeah, there's no I key stretch, like it is doing stretch already, so it's like so this Japanese monster demons. So that's not the case, but yeah, stretching like that can be useful, but it's not the. So this can be prevented with some sort of locking of the bone constraint to the I-key master controller. So usually we got stuff like inside limit distance, both spaces from the inside clamp region of the control shoulder. Alright, so why not? Yes, control shoulder, why not, right? It's the closest one, so I'm gonna do that. So this is not the bone that I want. Well, maybe you can use this one, I don't know, this one even from the head, right? So I shift this, limit distance, pose space, inside distance, just augment this a little. Alright, there we go. So I don't know if this is not creating some sort of okay, because if it is inside, okay, what's happening now? This shouldn't be able to pull the head. No, now it's working. So I don't know what's happened, folks. Maybe it's some pose that I was exaggerated. Oh, it seems to be extrapolating. Affect transform, no, nothing like that. Oh yeah, so because it's too close, maybe it's over, it's, yeah, there's a big issue. So there's a problem with this, there's create some sort of sphere around, and then the bone starts to have some, yeah, so this is a bit more tricky than it seems. So let's just reset here and see what it gives us. it might sometimes create some undesirable effects. Yeah, but if it doesn't get, it's just it's just bizarre, right? So maybe, yeah. So indeed, it will be. Let's try this one then. Target the control spine, or maybe we can do something more radical, like master hip here, and it's just yeah, like the target, it's just a positional reference. It's not super. It's just that this bone will move less, so okay, default would be this. So maybe I should just augment. Alright, and then of course we will need to be careful about. Alright, so I think this is sort of okay. What's happening here? I cannot pose them together. Oh, I can. Alright, just as rotation gets, yeah, so rotation is tricky. So to address that, yeah, this is very, very bad. So I don't know how to manipulate this in sync. Let's ignore that. Yeah, so maybe I'll here, oh, medium point. No, not a chance. So that's unfortunate. So I locked the head, but now I have a deep problem with yeah, it's so easy to mess up. So here we got some drawbacks. But maybe I haven't found everything that I can do here, but okay, let's bring this back to the control spine, reset inside. Certainly it should not be outside, because if it's the case, yeah, it starts to get mad, right? So on surface is the same problem and even worse. So it's okay, so maybe what I need to be doing in order to do this pose is get the Alt to Y key together. No, it's also very complicated. So another solution would be to turn off just turn off the bond constraint. So what that creates is that, yeah, so this bone I still cannot pose, but I can okay, then I can do this, but it's awkward. The head gets displaced. Let me check something about the control. Click body. Now this just has this, yeah, so no parent here. And where it is, I've created one for here, but I don't visualize it. I might have created it in some place. Oh, there it is. It has got the Alt M to click body. And solo all, solo just this one, alright. Oh, it can't control the head. Oh, because this is the not the right one. Okay, so this one for sure. It's because I duplicated all these bones. So we're gonna delete that, reset all that. We don't want any of this. Alright, so this is the however, so this is just tweaking. It's not super relevant, except that maybe something could be achieved with, no, apparently not. Not wrong bone again. Yeah, just to offsetting too much madness, so I don't think this can work. So yeah, so this is continues to be super uber complicated. So I haven't found, I thought I would find a solution finally, but then now you see the problem is, okay, I can lock the head, but it's just too still not smooth, right? It doesn't follow up. So maybe with a switch, so what the riggers do, they turn off can I drive this? Okay, good thing to know here. Maybe I can try to destroy some. What is jump to tar switch? No, this is something. Aha! The influence. That's it. That's the trick, folks. It is not said anywhere. So we disable this, but it is not disabled. We need to disable it here. And now I should possibly even, no. Well, yes, so I can indeed. No, it is still locked, magically locked, but that's okay. Or it's not okay. So yeah, it was apparently, yes, it did something that I couldn't do before. I couldn't. No, I could just rotate. So it's fake, folks. It was just an illusion. I think the problem persists. So it still recognized the Aiki chain exists from the Aiki bone constraint. I cannot confirm totally, because visually it has changed something. This limit distance is not helping to assess what we have here. Oops. Sorry, folks. So okay, so sorry, this is super complicated, right? But today I was gambling on this and start to have some interesting results, and attempted to reproduce what I had on others and almost got it. But it's way more complicated. Right, so now it's like it is, yeah, just the influence is not there yet. Okay, let's do this. Okay, let's return to the basics. So we have this thing here. We have some possibility of doing some auto Aiki on this spine, but not on the head. So maybe one idea that I have still in the pocket is, instead of having the head thing uncontrollable, we step forward on the top tip of the head, and so that could create some freedom, because then this bone will be on top. And now that I have this set up, so it's like this will be the forearm, let's say. So let's move this upward. will require some um, yeah. So first thing, let's try to do this use tail and see if that means anything here. I think no, this is not correct. Okay, so to start with, maybe I just need to put the master there on top, whatever that means. The tail of course is not working. Okay, then we have this tilting rotation, which is normal for this, which can be a problem, right? We sort of lose some of the pivot point of the head, so this is the annoying part of this. It can get worse than that. So and then, but of course the rig here is not ready. I need to pull this up, so I need to free this bone actually. So basically it's like I'm bringing all this to the top, right? So I'm probably gonna have to just from here I'm gonna extrude. No, I'm gonna extrude no, not that. Delete. So just keep this one, align. So this will be the new one. So I'm gonna get this copied. Shift Alt C, got everything. So I'm gonna just delete these bone constraints here and free the head bone, while this will actually become the map I key owner. This will get back the control I key head. They're gonna change the color of this to this one. They are connected, but now this has a copy rotation, but I think it's not what, yeah, it's indifferent here. Control I key, wave position. The wave is not what is doing here to change, but rotation. No, this is the same thing, right? I feel like it was different. No? No, the same junk. Yeah. The pivot point doesn't work, right? So it would work if I could have a sort of a I'm not sure that would work, but seems very inaccurate, right? Could be very dramatical. Yeah, cause some dependence cycle, most likely. I can have the I key on the bottom. Interesting. The I key target, the master I key. Yeah, because the okay. So maybe we don't need a lot of bones here, but have the target. So this goes for the target, so it's sort of going backwards. I don't know, I have no idea how this is working, but okay. We got now good pivot point. This is imposable, fine. The control Ike head is apparently imposable as well, because probably I'll need chain length. Alright, so I got this kind of awkward thing, but okay, then if I chain link this, right, then I have here yeah, we see that by the stiffness of the spine it sometimes gets some difficulty in pose. I see some brick of this position here, of course, is not correct. But we can see we are having some consistency, except that not for that feature of locking the oh, it is there. All right, so the skeletons start to offset. Now the head is not moving, alright, but the skeleton offsets, which is not good. So try to mount this. Now I have some madness going on. No, not this. Yeah, so it's like it's not correct. Right, let's try this stretch 2. No, it doesn't respond. Okay, so it could be that I'm missing some more developments here. Okay, so this is like this. With certain chain length I can pose it. The head is very oh, it's not, the deform rig is not following. Yeah, it's following the I key, but in this setup what happens is that the control rig control F key head is parent to the master I key. Okay, this is correct. You see that it's following, right? But if you wanted to offset this thing, yeah, after the changes I've made, yeah, it's normal, it's going crazy because I've did that. So what about this I key target here? Let's move it together. Why this offsets so much from control I key head, control F key head? Control F key head should be here, and that's it. So let's see, we are almost when I push this down, I see the control is not responding as it should. This is okay, but this is not okay. Alright, so this probably because of the madness that I've done here. So, and that will be, if I go back here, it's like I'm just gonna go back to the same problem, right? No, there's some I key that is not working, but this is because of the I key chain length. If I augment, then of course it can pull down the spine, but then we got the wrong besides some crazy dependency cycle, I believe, which should already be there anyways. Yeah, because when the auto I key combines with when the I key bond constraints go to the arms and to the body, it goes, at least in this. Yeah, and we have some crazy things. So folks, this is I don't know how to improve this. I think this is that then it needs to, well, there are some, so let's say that as awkward it is, let's see some poses here. Let's, yeah, no, this is too bad, right? In many times I was sort of close to some. Okay, so if I double pose the head and the spine, then I can have the auto I key thing, which is somewhat a good result, although some strange offsetting. But this, then if I get this plus this, okay, then we have this bad offsetting. What if we re-enable this? Okay, let's try again. Okay, now we get some consistency, not. Okay, that seems more likely. Shift X. So we are getting, let's see, let's revise. Dependency cycles, I'll revise later. So you have some aspect of locking the head from F key, right? Spine upward, right? It's indeed, it is doing that, although not in a super way, but in a way that is meaningful. So we can do stuff like, oops, we can do something right. So we got this feature. Okay, this is working. We got some, despite some strange, yeah, this looks like dependency cycle, but it's not super critical. We got the possibility of rotating the spine on with some smoothness on both directions, or even all the directions. The bending is working as nearly as good as if we didn't have at all the I key bond constraint and just use the I key options. We can still pose the spine with the auto I key from the spine. So this is not interfering or not interfering any terrible way with that. We can pull the body but the head gets needs to take off the mirror stuff. Let's hide some stuff here. Where's the we can do this, but then we have a little problem with the head, so I need to select it. Yeah, it's, I think we lose some functionalities, but we can, yeah, it's acceptable. The rotations here are not too bad, so I think this is gained. We gain a function here in the way the head is looking. I think we didn't have that. And then this I think I've already mentioned. So this will be but now in more details. Return to the screenshot. So if I have the auto IK for the whole body, which now is able to sort of lock the head, yeah. So, and we have some tweaks here that we can achieve. So it could be that if I simplify the rigs there, I can do a lot of stuff. I can improve maybe this stuff, right? Of course, then if I pull too much, I lose the pin. But otherwise, it is working, right? So we have still this, and of course we can, let's try a last thing here. If I get the whole it doesn't work because I need this, all right. Let's lock the head somewhere, maybe there. Oh yeah, so it's not doing the job. Okay, so this is more complicated. So I'm not being able to lock the head from this whole thing here for some reason. So it's too much motion for the spine. Yeah, the spine easily moves to some direction. Yeah, so F key. I have to pick some other bones, but then I just lose this. Yeah, so something there I've lost, but I never had it. It's just that now it is worse. And this is because I don't have a reverse F key spine here, so yeah, so I'd say that this is too clunky, and even though we got something good, the price to pay, the confusion it generates is just too awkward. So I think I need to rethink another solution for that. There are some rig on the fly add-on I should install, some beta 2, something like that, and I've talked with the guys. This is free add-on. It allows for, apparently it's working in these latest Blender versions, which is very interesting. I would have to dig it more, but I tend to bring it in this week because I'm gonna Revise this rig on the fly allows, just as the name says, to rig on the fly. I think that's no rig on the fly. Deep Sloom is the team or something like that. It allows to too bad, I think this version here. Oh yes, okay, so let's download this thing. It allows to rig the character during the 3D animation, which doesn't seem to make sense, but actually what it does is that because rigs tend to be very stiffening to the character, by certain approach we can make it more dynamic, so we can swap rigs in the middle of the process animating and without breaking the animation. So this is the cool thing, and so this will be, what's the installation for? I think it's zip right. So I'm gonna test here, and I already used a little. I don't know a lot. I don't know barely nothing, but the problem is that it implies a specific structure for the rig which I don't actually have, but I'm investigating if there are workarounds. The idea is to have a simple skeleton to start with and no other stuff, because all the other stuff will be built from the rig on the fly. And as much as I have some reliable add-ons, it's not good to be super dependent on whichever add-on that is not inbuilt, right, to solve problems. If we rely too much on add-on, sometimes we might be frustrated experimenting newer Blender versions, so it just break everything, right? So if you're gonna look for the install from disk, so I'm gonna download here. Let's get the rig on the fly version to beta. Let's see if that will be alright. Then it is installed. Alright, let's check this. Probably nothing here will happen because I don't have the structure here, but if we check here on the rig on the fly bed, let's see if we can, what we can brick here. Basically I don't have the structure, so this probably, okay, there's a F key switch, but this is not what I want. Space switch, no, this is something else. Simple constraint, no. Keyframes, there are some. Okay, so we could try, for example, to make an ikey constraint head. I'm gonna save here. This will probably fail miserably, but we're gonna try to create a bone constraint here. Let's see if I make this limited to a very peculiar region. So mechanism here, gonna save a new iteration here just in case. Gonna save here, and let's delete this stuff so I don't have anymore the right. So now it's like some stuff are still broken, right? But chain length of 2. Location, I don't know. Pole vector, no. This is for pole vector. Okay, so stretch I key. No, it's just kind of location, right? Okay, just I key. So yeah, no, doesn't work. No, the rig is not ready. Yeah, so that is it. No, it is not possible because I don't have the proper skeleton to do this. Probably nothing will work in this manner, right? So where's the aim? There's some. Yeah, it has changed some things in the interface, I think. Yeah, okay, folks. So I can't find the other stuff, but because yeah. So in the end, today was not for. Okay, so let's present that. So try that if you're interested. It allows for. It's an interesting proposition, and it exists for a while, and it has received this update. So it's just that it requires a very basic rig to start with. Just no bone constraints, just straight skeleton with like and then this works there. There's a community Discord for that, for this the developers, and I don't use it because I do too much custom rigs and many things. So it's but it worth trying. Maybe I should, because now I have auto I key, but seems that it also doesn't combine very well with auto I key. But I'm still investigating that with the. But you see, I have a lot of systems already here that works, and like if you have to change everything just because you want one or another feature that maybe it's not fundamental, it's just a cool feature, then yeah, maybe it's too much, right? But who knows, right? Sometimes these things is actually good, right? You get into the flow and start using, and it might be way more economic. So this is the idea, is to have some good is a tool, is a resource, so it should always be contemplated to see what it can do, right? It was based on some course of an animator for games, I think, game projects, but you know, the animators, they have different needs. I am an animator. I have different needs. I know some of my needs, some in 3D, others I don't know. I don't even know what I need in some cases, what is better, what is worse. So here, I know that I don't like, although I start to get used to F key switch, F key snap, you know, I key F key switch snap. I was testing Rigify done for that, and I got the R4. There's something about the keyframing that is very interesting for those snapping that I'm trying to find how to explain, because it relates to the reverse F key. This whole thing that about the head rig that I'm trying to do, yeah, it's not about simply about reverse F key, but but it can relate to it. If I had a reverse spine, this one is pointing up, but if I had one pointing downward, then I could animate just as if I had the, because even if I'll show you that, because maybe I interest some of my experiments here. I'm sort of noobish in that, so I cannot say much here, but essentially this is a creepy attempt of a reverse F key, right? So if you look on the octahedral, so basically, and I was able to get one snap to the other, but then with some drawbacks, but the worst thing was that the local space of these bones, maybe I needed another chain to inherit that, I think. They didn't get the updates right, so they didn't save in world space, because they actually never moved. They were just snapping or following. So the idea is that, imagine that this is the head, right? Is that some I-key-bone constraint somewhere? Yeah, so this has some, this is just some, so you see the head is snapped. If this is the head, right? Then I have this, right? But I can still have I don't even remember what I've done here, but this is incomplete, right? Anyways, and I'm using AutoEkey. So anyways, this is super complicated, and I think I need to learn more about this, but it could take forever. So for now, I'm gonna say that this is for today, folks. Thanks for watching. The continuation, so I'm not gonna bother more with this. I've made enough experiments to see that this is not working. Maybe I could just fix some more connections there about the last bones, maybe simplify this, maybe this will work better. So it's still some work to do here, but I'm burned out with that, so now I can't work more on that, folks. So that will be it for today. Tomorrow we'll continue on the rig topics, and we ignore that stuff, experimental stuff. So just try to go on the hand, the phalanx, the fingers, and then back to the scapula, shoulders, and then the thigh. So I'm gonna rush these things tomorrow and try to reach for the hip thigh joint, which is the most complicated thing, and this will be the version 0.2 of my attempts on this, and that should be big. But yeah, still probably this week I can start it, by the end of the week probably, and then the rig is probably most likely ready after the cloth rigging and some everything. So thanks for watching, folks. Take care and happy blending. See you next time. On any other weekday, I'll be here about this time scheduled. See ya, folks. Enjoy. Hope you can learn something and have some inspiration.